Welcome! Hello, everyone! It is Abraxas Precipice, episode 14, the Expanse actual play. We're stoked to be live again. It's been a little while, but we're excited for it.
It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
It is. Yeah, I love reading the chat. I love hanging out with everybody, enjoying us, and getting to see us enjoy us live and everything like that, too. It's a total blast. And I'm sure people also enjoy our giveaways, but that's been super cool. We just got a tweet actually from one of the people that won the patches a few weeks ago, and that was super cool to see. I'm glad they got them. They got there safe. It's warming to see the fans and to know that the mail works. So tonight actually we have a giveaway. Tonight's giveaway is this cool OPA Commander Officer patch, so you can tell those dirty innards to leave you alone. And Belt of Power. Tonight's word is OPA.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, that's a bad sign.
Opa. Oh wait.
Opa, yeah. It's Greek night and the Belt tonight. All right. Every night. But yeah, we'll give that away tonight. In addition, other good news was I got my copy of the Ships of the Expanse book. I never got a notification, just came. It popped on my door. I'm super stoked that I got it. That's super handy. So been enjoying this. The PDFs are great, but you can't go wrong with being able to knock on it. And then, of course, as always, if we hit our subscriber goal for the month, we will be giving out this copy of the Expanse board game. So please subscribe, give some subs, whatever you want to do. But we hit our number, we will give that away. And last but not least, our Patreon. We got every single one of these people up here has a bonus episode now. Everybody has a bonus episode. Everyone's got a little backstory. I had a lot of fun working with, actually, the last one we filmed was Dawes, and that was a lot of fun, actually. I thought that was a really interesting one. We got to touch on some subjects. I don't get to see a lot in the show or the books, but it was kind of fun to kind of delve into some backstory. So please, if you're inclined, give us the whole trip on Patreon, and I appreciate it. And we're getting a little closer to the hype train. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, people. Thank you, Crazy Girls. So that's super cool. People are throwing in the subs. It's always good. Thank you so much, everyone.
Welcome all the new people.
We do have got some new people. Oh yeah, wow. Yeah. Man, I turn my back and the numbers just change, and it's like it's like there's a world outside of us. I know. It's super cool. Thank you so much. Real quick too, the churn is back to zero. We're actually churning back to zero because we're on a new chapter. So I want to give the party a break, not just in their jaws or their ribs, but a break on the churn a little bit. So there's kind of been a nice little segue into the current situation. So that's back to zero. But there is the challenge. If you want to throw your challenge or your channel points at it, or quaffs as we call them on my channel, you can start contributing and try to push the churn immediately to 30.
Oh man.
That's what happened to your money, Onyx, was churn 30, man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Sometimes it doesn't hit you in the gut, it hits you in the wallet.
Yeah.
You know. So we've all been there. But all right, cool. So let's go ahead and pick it up where we left off, which was You Guys On Your Way series. The group had made kind of a parlay with Beauregard Guan, the Baptist minister of Mars. He had something on your ship's computer, some sort of hidden partition that he wanted deleted, and you deleted it for him. Provided him complete evidence of it. He then provided you money and covered for your leaving of Mars. The chemical rockets on Mars got you off no problem. You got out of the berth pretty easy. Been a pretty mellow flight. A lot of you are still recovering, so I'm not sure if you've been able to persuade. Well, because Jackrabbit is the one that didn't get injured, I'm not sure if you've been able to persuade Jackrabbit to not, punch it. But
Probably not, honestly.
not. So yeah. But you guys are on your way to Sirius Station. Although all of you have noticed that Jackrabbit has stayed pretty glued to the forums and news feeds, specifically Eros, and the quarantine that's going on there right now. Supposedly some sort of viral outbreak, and especially with the contemporary antiviral drugs that they have. something to break past that is very dangerous. And so that's kind of what the stories have been about, is kind of speculating about this virus and trying to figure out if they can sequence it or if they can get a sample or who's doing what and how that's going on. But no one's heard anything from Eros directly, and any message you've sent to Eros just kind of doesn't get there. There's been a complete kind of blackout of Eros, and people are a little concerned. There's a lot of speculation about what's going on. But during the flight to Sirius Station from Mars, it's a pretty decent flight. It's not terribly long, but it's long enough. What do you guys want to be up to? I assume I'm just going to take a guess to Wyatt and Myrtle that you're going to try to recover.
Yeah, my jaw's still a little rough, so I'd like to fix that up as best I can.
Give me a quick stamina check, Wyatt. And Myrtle, if you want to give me a stamina check too, what you try to recover.
Okay. That would be nice.
What is stamina under?
A Constitution.
Okay, makes sense. 12.
15.
What do you go on Dromedary, Myrtle?
6.
Okay, yeah, Myrtle, you kind of stuff starts to kind of come back together and mend. You've used a few drugs here and there, nothing like major, just to kind of like keep on the mend, keeping it easy. Most of what it's been is just making sure you have a kind of like a hardened cast that forms over it, and it just kind of holds there when you're under G, and trying to make sure you're not like bending over too much. We'll say like bending the torso too much.
Just a lot of reading and healing, and just typing out a message to Samilla. It's like, hey, I'm coming home. Got some information and some really nice people for you to meet.
And that's actually been pretty pleasant for you, being able to communicate a little faster, knowing you're going home, seeing the business. The business is doing okay. It's on par what you guys expect. You're not like in the black completely, but you're not in the red. So yeah, that's good stuff by all means. Quick, I was trying to check my travel time. Do Ceres from Mars. Yeah, the travel's about like about a 7-day trip at like a 0.3 G burn. What about you, Wyatt? What'd you get on the Dromedary?
I got a 4.
4. Okay, you're pulling together. Your jaw's still a little messy, but you think if you have a little more time here on the ship, just kind of take it easy. You're not going to be able to do too much else, but you figure it can get back into place decently if you just keep your mouth shut.
All my Belgian burritos will be, in a blender.
Yeah.
Through a straw.
Yeah. It's pretty easly to liquefy or paste up any food. The Belgians are quite good at that, actually, through eating through a tube. And you'll find that Onyx has numerous recipes for that.
Yeah.
Purees especially.
Yeah. And
All
so,
right.
am I all healed up too? Is that correct?
Yeah, you stayed back on the ship while they all went back into Mars, looking around and some snooping. We'll say they had some work that was a little fishy, and that's actually been the one thing about the ship that's been kind of I don't know how does Onyx feel about fish?
Fish? I don't know. I haven't seen too many, I guess.
I mean, they have them. They grow readily on Ceres. I mean, they're not like uncommon.
Yeah, I don't eat them. I don't like them.
Why? Okay, now I'm curious.
Preferred curds, unless they're blended. It has to be blended fish. Pureed.
So tell which of the party do you want to tell about your fish concerns? I'm kind of curious. Who would you share this information with? Now I'm really curious. Who would you have this conversation with?
Maybe Myrtle, while she's resting, I start talking about fish and things I'm eating as I'm sort of blending up things and checking on her too, seeing how she's doing.
Yeah, because we're going home, so
yeah.
it's like we'll talk about the fish, and it's like, hey, I can easily get some fish, and I can get it all blended for you, so you don't have to do it yourself. So we'll just, we'll put together a little shopping list.
Yeah, I eat so much fish on Ceres. We steal so many fish and curds. I'm getting acquired to this other food we've been having, these fancy foods, all these other meals.
Well, we'll kind of mix it up a little bit when we get home, and I think you'll like Samilla's cooking. I think you'll enjoy it because she's a belter, so she knows what you like.
Should I send your message?
That'll be good.
Yes.
What about other business on the ship? Does anyone else have anything they want to take care of, check in on, communications?
Okay.
What's up?
Yeah, I just I imagine as I'm trying to get these messages, like it would be like I'm doing a really good impression of Diana, right? Like sitting there watching the news all day, like probably watching her news, like that, like
The weird stuff.
the really weird one, like looking for any of their theories about what might be happening on Eros. Is there anything that would come out of that weird kind of space that might like?
Okay. Give
signal
me
anything?
a intelligence research check. As you kind of like try to dig through like the more like I don't know, it's the wild news, like the really like the weekly world news type stuff, the tabloids.
So I got a 6 on the drama die.
Oh, very
I
nice.
got doubles on the 6s. So that's 13, 14, 15. 15.
Yeah, you kind of dig into the kind of the wacky weird news streams. Pyramid News Network has been down actually. Like that one, they seem to have gone dark for some reason. I can't imagine why. But like they learned a lesson somehow. But some of the stuff that's coming off of Eros is some people are saying like there actually is transmissions coming off of Eros. It's just that like they're like encrypted or like some people are saying like it's like some sort of secret like there's some sort of coup going on perhaps. Some people think it might be the OPA as trying to take over. That's more stuff coming from the innards, like Earth and Mars is like saying like the OPA is just doing a big takeover, and that's actually why the UNN and the MCRN are deploying there. Some people are saying like it could be that there's been like a coup against like the local security forces. Like you do know that there was a recent changing of the security forces contract that Protogen took it over recently, but like it's kind of thought that maybe Protogen lost control of the station. Someone there decided they didn't like Protogen there and tried to kick him off, and then Protogen locked down the station.
Is Protogen the like security group that we keep running into?
The ones you've run into were a different organization. They weren't ID'd as Progen. They were ID'd as I'm trying to remember the name. I have to remember the name of it. Shoot. It's been a little while since I had to look at that one. That was Vector Securities.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay,
Vector Securities
right.
is a competitor of Progen's corporation. But
I'll probably go over to Onyx and just kind of say, hey Onyx, some of these people on the show here, they're talking about how there might be some messages coming out that they just encrypted. You think you can get in there and I just really want to see if my friend Kalesa's okay.
Yeah, sure. Let me take a look before we get there, and I'll work on that too as one of my activities, decoding that. I'd also want to try to change my appearance, re-dye my teeth, look a little bit better. If I'm coming home, I want to look good. I was an artist, I want to show everybody back at Ceres that Onyx come back richer, sort of.
Be more than happy to just follow you around as your personal security.
Yeah, when we go back, I might need that because I also got to look up some old activities and some old friends, maybe.
You got people there, Onyx?
I did. I had some old buddies I run with, but he double crossed me. This guy Cretan, he double crossed me, and he teamed up with some bad people. So I had to get off Ceres fast.
Why you make yourself look so good? You got a girl down there?
No. I just go down to impress these other press, maybe get back at Cretan and show them this Belta became something. Came back, I left. I have one old friend there too, Vaxel. He was a good guy, but I haven't seen him in a while. So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I go back, if there's a bounty or trouble for me. But
or you think that they're gonna take you up as soon as we land?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they know I'm alive, but they said never to come back.
So thinking on that though, you do know that the offer that came off a Sirius station for you came from its who looks to be basically who's going to end up being the right now. Sirius station is kind of unstable. You know that like essentially Star Helix has kind of slowly lost control of the station. The UNN government has like slowly lost control of it. But the offer for your that's taking you there came from Anderson Dawes himself. And you know that if there's anybody that can protect you on Sirius Station, Onyx, or get these guys off your back that you're worried about, it would be Anderson Dawes.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
And I'm kind of curious. Let me ask this question then of Onyx. Like, so you're from Sirius Station. You know who Anderson Dawes is. Some people, there's people that say he is he is the OPA. He is the true OPA. Fred Johnson's just a mouthpiece, kind of a wannabe. What's Onyx's opinion of Anderson Dawes?
I think he's like, the way you would treat like maybe a godfather, right? Like you respect him. He does things for you, but he's also like a very bad man. So everybody asks favors when you're in trouble. You ask Anderson Dawes. You always go to him. There is no, do you like him or not? He asks you to do something, you do something. You got a favor and you need real help. You could ask him. But you just be careful. So yeah, it's kind of this fear respect, I think.
Okay.
He's maybe a necessary person for most of us if we live there.
So you think it's a bad idea that we get in a business with him then?
No, I mean, if we need to, I think we go ask him. He treat us right. He treat us, he won't, I don't think he'd double cross us if we go to him and tell him what we need. But then he'll probably, maybe there's a price to be paid, or maybe there's something he want in return. But we just can't do nothing bad to him.
You've seen photos of the guy. You kind of know a little bit about him, Jackrabbit, and the guy, like, he's a true belter. I mean, he's done the actual work, belter work. He grew up in it. His parents were like really dedicated workers. He seems to have the belter's interest at heart. I don't know if you would. I mean, you maybe never met the guy. But I also know that Jackrabbit has an issue with anybody who's assumed authority, we'll say.
Oh yeah, none of the guy like that should have so much power. Oh, it causes problem. Don't matter he belter in it.
Yeah, but he powerful, but he got belter. He looking out for us, belters first. I mean, not all his ways are good, and maybe sometimes he have too much power. Yeah, but I ain't gonna tell him that.
Maybe it's best when we talk to him that you do the talking and not me, huh?
Yeah, maybe he like you. He like us.
Everyone like Jackrabbit. They just don't like when I open my mouth.
Aww.
Let's start talking. Yeah. Fair enough. So anyone else have anything else on the ship? So Jackrabbit did some research, checking up on this stuff like that. Like I said, there's a lot of theories being thrown around on Eros. Some of them were kind of oddball, some of them were kind of weird. You do know there has been the only thing that's happened recently that's been kind of shipped on Eros since you were there was that Protogen had moved in to do the security features of it. But at the same time, people were kind of like, well, they're also hiring belters. Like, instead of bringing like a bunch of Earthers on board, they were actually hiring like belters to do the security. So it was kind of, some people kind of liked it.
Would I be able to like disguise my appearance a little bit too?
Yeah, you could try to disguise. What do you want? So you have your teeth dyed. That's a big one. So
I cut my hair maybe different. I try to maybe either give myself a different tattoo or move cover things up.
I mean, you can certainly do a rap, do the Carol Chihuiwi,
just
head wrap.
all black arm, just kidding. just a total cover up. Yeah, just trying to change it a little bit so maybe right when I get there I don't attract too much attention.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have the material on the ship to do like exhaustive tattoos. I mean, you could do some prison style tattoo stuff like that, which is a little unsanitary.
I'll copy what Wyatt has. Just kidding.
Yeah, you don't got that kind of tech. It would just be insulting. It'd be like a big blob that says like forever.
Yeah.
You know, people want to ask you if you spilled paint on yourself or something. You know.
As best to my ability to sort of change my appearance as much. You know.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. So you decided to kind of try to come up with a disguise. Go ahead and give me a communications disguise check.
Okay. Oh wow. One. Ooh. Okay. So I got. Let's see, 11, a 14, 15, and a 6 on the drama.
Very nice. Okay, you guys are rolling high today. So you end up kind of slapping together using some like rags and maybe a few pieces of scrap metal here and there to like attach to your suit. You're trying to make and also you also have like access to like the vac suits on the ship, which look completely different. They're much more advanced vac suits. They're not much more advanced, but they're better vac suits than like a standard, the ones that came with the ship. That along with like maybe cutting your hair. What I don't know what is Hans's hair. I know it's like isn't it like greasy?
Yeah, I would imagine.
I imagine it's greasy. I mean, the guy looks flammable. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. He smells flammable, right?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
What's cracking me up here, guys? Like I said for home, is that Scott's laughing, and it's because Scott cuts hair, and I'm sure he's seen some people come in that look flammable in the barbershop. No smoking within 20 feet of the entrance, please. Sorry, but yeah. So, but yeah, you kind of like is it? I don't know if his hair longer. Does he have facial hair? I'm not sure if you model him off yourself or what. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he's just sort of like a lanky guy with greasy hair. Maybe when he ungreases it, I'll just like he'll shave it into a weird mullet.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of shave it like into like kind of like a instead of doing it straight like a mohawk, you kind of give it like this like inverse like arrow on your head, like an arrow pointing backwards, and it kind of comes over the back, kind of weird.
Yeah, kind of odd style.
Yeah, you look like maybe you were like you were in the band Ministry or something.
Yeah.
I had Donald laugh finally. But yeah, it was kind of like you kind of do like this weird kind of belter style. It's always kind of fun. As far as your teeth look different, you could probably, if you really wanted to, you could like paint your face a little bit if you wanted to, like try to do like kind of some stuff on there. But they wouldn't be tattooed. You probably don't want to like emulate tattoos without actually doing the tattoos. People are gonna make fun of you or call you a wannabe or something.
I'll add some colors and different things to just come back. And if the people do recognize me, it's just like I got a makeover,
I made all this money on the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who I am anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear my collar up, Yeah, collar up, going in there. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
I just can't get over calling them flammable. Sorry, that's just killing me because like this is all the stuff your character drinks, what you hang around. Yeah, it's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a tinderbox. He's a walking tinderbox.
80% flammable.
So you do manage like pull. What'd you go to disguise check again?
I got 11.
Pretty high roll.
14, yeah, 15.
Yeah, and so you managed to pull a pretty disguise. You think you can walk around too. You also know that like there are like you don't exist in the directory of series exactly.
Right.
Your records were kind of lost and erased, or you were just kind of unremarkable belter type kid. I'm not even sure if you ever knew your parents, honestly.
Yeah, I don't.
So it's there's definitely kind of this element of anonymity to you, but yeah, that does help out a lot too. So like basically, anyone trying to find out who you trying to recognize you as like a -2 to their check on top of the disguise check. So you can kind of rough.
Good.
Okay. So you guys see like Onyx going through his midlife crisis makeovers, stuff. What else does everyone else want to do? Merle, you sent out the message to your wife. That goes over pretty well, actually. Do you want to tell her about Anderson Dawes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and kind of share some of that stuff and the weird fish things that are just like, I thought this was going to be a good thing for us, but this is not going to be a good thing for us.
Yeah, you kind of realize after you do the tour of that guy's facility, it's not the kind of business you want to be in. You disagree with his methods of feeding the fish, we'll say.
Yeah, it's just like if we're gonna source this, if we're gonna source something for, kind of an upper tier fancy people, it's not gonna be this contract.
I want to ask you a question. Do you tell Onyx about what was going on in the fishery?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I
Onyx,
knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Yeah.
So Myrtle explains to you that the fishery is primarily making money through body disposal, feeding them to the fish. Now, my question to Onyx is, how, as a belter, especially being fond of the belter burrito, how do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, right. It's resourceful. I give them that, but it tastes weird. They need to put more spices, or they need to do something to it. It don't taste right, man. It don't taste right. That's my problem with it.
All the wrong reasons. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it really, yes. It's like, well, I mean, because if you think about it, you know, it's just wrong. I mean, you know, if somebody dies properly, you know, not by murder or something, you know, it's just like, you know, sending them out into space, you know, spacing them with, you know, with reverence is much better than just like randomly feeding people to fish. That's just kind of wrong.
Yeah, it's true. If I ate a fish that maybe I knew that person, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird.
The fish isn't good. It's just terrible.
Yeah, it don't taste. It tastes weird.
I mean, if you got carnivorous fish, it's, you know, it's just like meat is meat, but sometimes meat is wrong. You know, that whole Soylent Green thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you send back some message to it's it's Smiley, Samly. Is that how you say it?
No.
The wife's name? How do you say it? Is it
Samilla?
Samilla? Samilla. Okay. So you send the message back to Samilla, telling her that fell through. She contacts you back, and she's like, "Whoa!" She's like, "So yeah." She's like, "Dawes is like," she's like, "He's not officially in power, but he may as well be." Point. And you guys know the name. You know he's someone he's like the devil you have to deal with on series. He seems to not care as long as you're not like ripping people off, or especially belters. You do know though that he has had it out for inners before. He has a severe distrust of them. So you've largely, anytime that had to come up with his office, your wife dealt with it.
Right. And then, you know, we were talking, who was the kid that we sent over to Samilla to like, hey, we'll give you some work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, we're still going to make quality, nice goods to take to the other levels, you know? So we're not just stiffing the belters, you know? We're still offering an affordable products for the belters too, you know, kind of like in a little cart versus our whole store.
Yeah. So yeah, she kind of comes back with that, but she also talks about there's been some instability on series. There has been a few riots, water riots and such like that too. But stuff's slowly stabilizing. But she was a little worried when Star Helix was destabilizing a bit here not too long ago, it seems. But it seems like the OPAs kind of moved in and really like set the tone of what Sirius Station is going to be about now. And Dawes has people everywhere, is what it comes down to. He's also you also know he's actually really good at keeping the OPA extremists like the Voltaire Collective at bay, making sure they don't come on the station and such. But yeah, and there's been you kind of see there's been a few reports of like supposedly there's been a few bombings on Sirius Station. It's unclear if they were Earthers or innards, or if OPA was trying to make a point and who was getting bombed. It's all kind of like up in the air. A lot of speculation about who did what, when, and where. But it is known that Anderson Dawes has openly said he's going to stop it. Like he will, whoever's doing it will be held responsible, and like, you know, we need to be like keeping ourselves safe.
Right. It's kind of like, it's just the other version of dealing with Fred Johnson. You know, it's just kind of talk about that, you know, a little bit of, like you said, it's the devil we know, and they want to keep it peaceful. So, you know, we don't want to cause any waves. And as long as everything's okay, the business isn't suffering because I'm an Earther. And that because we're not just doing products that Belters can't have, but we're making products for Belters too. So hopefully that is, you know, that we're trying to be an inclusive business. of all levels and all that kind of stuff. So I want to reassure that I wouldn't feed that terrible fish to any belter I didn't even like.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, reconstituted people, they taste better as a burrito anyways.
It's the fat content, right?
Yeah. They don't taste right as fish, man.
So wrong.
He's just trying to live, man. He's just trying to, he's trying to live his best life on space. Waste not, whatnot. So, what about Wyatt? Wyatt, you've been a little quiet. You had to take a few extra days to recover, keeping your mouth shut, basically. But that's never really been a problem for you, for different reasons, I will say. But you're kind of up and about, moving around. Go up to ops, check out what's going on the deck, and keeping aware of the situation. Watching Jackrabbit just check the feeds, Myrtle messaging back and forth, Onyx trying to find the new hymn. What do you want to be up to?
So most of the time, he stays quiet pretty much the whole trip. He doesn't have much to say, just not really feeling like Mars is home anymore. So he kind of takes his time putting the power armor together.
Okay.
And then anywhere there's a MCRN logo on it, you just see him like using Remy's knife, scratching it off.
Okay.
And then
you go and take some time with the power armor, and you deface the Mars flag on it. It's only on like a 2-3 points on it, and the MCRN logo. It takes you a few days to figure out how to put it all together. It was very much completely dismantled, and then the documentation with it isn't great, but you do manage to assemble the suit completely together to have it stand up. It takes give me a intelligence engineering check real quick.
12.
So you take some time, and what'd you get on the drama die?
1.
So you get the armor together, and it's letting you know that the suit's not powered right now. There's not the cells aren't charged in it. Unfortunately, this ship does not have the proper adapter setup. You think that maybe Onyx might know how to rig something to charge it off the ship's reactor, but as far as it goes, if you were to put it on right now, it would be harder to move, and it would certainly protect you from getting blasted, but it's not gonna give you the cool strength and all that kind of stuff. You can spin the gun up, but that's about all you can really do with it, and the gun doesn't have any ammo right now.
I don't ask Onyx about it right now. I just kind of start finding a place that I can store it, kind of hide it.
Okay. Give me a what would that be here? Give me what would be the check? What would be the check trying to figure out how to hide something? I don't want to say dexterity stealth, but I don't think that's right. Just give me an intelligence check as you try to figure out a way to hide it.
Yeah. Wow, that was terrible. 10.
What'd you get?
10.
10. So you're quickly realizing you really don't know how to hide this thing, because it's 7 feet tall power armor. It doesn't hide.
Who put this armor in the closet? Who put this in the closet like that?
Yeah, Jack goes into a room. There's this giant set of power armor just laying in the bed. I'm not sleeping in bed. That thing. It'll crush me.
Those pillows are not hiding that. If just because you put its head on pillow, don't mean it's gonna not look like armor.
You want to help me figure out a good spot for it?
Oh yeah.
You can move it down in engineering. That might be the best place for it to look. You can. That's where you're putting it together, to have all the tools and everything there to do it, and also be a place where you could rig the charging station if you wanted to. But yeah, it's as far as hiding it goes, you're as it being assembled, you're not really sure where you could put it, and you're basically just kind of storing it against the wall with the magnet grip pieces, so it doesn't fly around when you guys move around and stuff like that too.
Yeah, that works.
But it's kind of jerry-rigged out in the open. But people aren't usually going down to the machine shop or the engineering bay if they don't need to, so it's not a bad place to put it, but it'll work. I'm kind of curious what Onyx thinks of What do you think of like the power armor? Like you're in the machine shop. That's your spot where you kind of hang out, and then like Wyatt and you've been hanging out while he's been putting this thing together. Like, do you have any words to say about this?
I kind of help him like we're building a car, like son and dad building a car, getting the suit ready, So I think it's like a special project that's bonding us. But at the same time, I'm a little bit like, it's all in my way. It's getting crowded down here, man, with all this stuff. Sometimes I turn around and I see it and it creeps me out.
Yeah. You definitely spook yourself once in a while when you come down there. You know where it's going to be. It doesn't move, but it's just this like lumbering giant, like 7.5 feet tall set of power armor. Very imposing, very thick.
Wyatt's constantly coming down there, like drawing faces on it that are creepy and changing them about once every couple days.
We need a name for that thing, man. It's scared of me. So I can call its name. But that thing is, it's our little project.
You think that the ship might, maybe this is a good time to make secret compartment we can keep this in? Something like that?
There are secret compartments, just not that big.
We would have to take it apart.
One. Maybe we can, is there any of them that are like where you can combine them somehow? Like where like expanding a room or something like that?
They're largely set up where, so the ship does have, I think the ship has an extra hull. I think it has a double hull. So it's kind of has some upgrades on it. Like that's not a standard thing you usually see on military ships. And it has a redundant hull. But what it is that they kind of rigged the storage places to look like the extra hull, but they're not extra hull. And so the problem is like kind of cutting into that potentially can like damage the extra hull. So that or prevent it from operating in that section of the ship. So what I would say to you, you probably don't want to do this while you're flying, but if you want to have the extra hull in a certain section of the ship not work anymore or function in that part of the ship, you could build a storage closet for this thing where it's basically between the two hulls of the ship. But you'd be sacrificing some capacities of the ship to do this.
Right.
We passed by any I don't know, something that we could just like leave this on and just come. We know where it's at, but nobody else would know where it's at.
I mean, yeah, you could EVA out of the ship and like attach it to an asteroid and just track the asteroid if you really want to. But and Myrtle, I think Myrtle and certainly Onyx would definitely second this. But if there's any place you're gonna be able to sell it, it's OPA controlled Siri station.
Yeah, we'll get it.
And Anderson Dawes, and if you wanted to Onyx talking about Anderson Dawes like being the Godfather, this may be a hell of a gift.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, sometimes we get.
I don't agree to anything about that.
No. But it's good to keep your options open.
What I don't understand is why we gotta sell this thing. I mean, why he keep getting shot up? Maybe it better he wear it.
Yeah, or maybe we could take parts of it, like he could wear like the breastplate,
Doesn't work that way. The problem with that, Onyx, is that there's like a central power system to it, and like it has to power the whole thing. Otherwise, it's gonna be. You could the only thing you could work without the power is if you wanted to put on the gauntlet with the gun on it, but you also don't have like your ammo for the gun, so it'd be kind of pointless.
Yeah.
We might as well be better off, eventually, like maybe trying to sell it, and then we could use it for ourselves. We could use the money to get some more weapons, maybe upgrade what we have.
Because Diana knows we have this.
We got to get rid of it, yeah.
Yeah, we got to get rid of it.
You don't think that if people hire us, they'd be like, oh, that crew that had that armor, the fancy armor, they can do lots of stuff. It might be good for our reputation,
Yeah, but might put a target on our back, too. They might go,
that's true.
But
we already got a target on our back. We don't even do nothing, and they got target on us.
Yeah, because as I wave my hands around, this ship. Because we're still going to have the contested issue with this ship, so we definitely don't need a issue there with the armor.
Yeah, it's true. The armor needs a name, man. It's like a person. But yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. So the debate about the armor, and the other problem with it too is, like I said, it doesn't have any weapons. It's also too big. Like if you wanted to hold like a pistol, it's not gonna. You can't wield a pistol while having the armor on. You could crush the pistol. There's that. You really want to and you know that like this thing, if you really wanted to, because you've seen them in action before, Wyatt. Like this thing can rip an airlock open. It can punch holes through like a ship's hull.
Right.
It's a terrifying piece of equipment to wield if it's properly charged and wielded by someone that knows how to use it. You think you could use it, but you're not going to be. You've seen the Marines who train this thing forever use it, and like you think you could use it, but you're not going to be graceful.
Yeah.
So
you got to at least use it once, man. You got to punch one airlock in at least.
The one thing on it that is full, though, I will say this is it is dispowered, but the rockets on it actually are it has fuel for the rockets on it, so it can do its jumps and it can do EVA actions if it needed to. So it would basically at this point be like your super EVA suit if you really, really needed it to.
Maybe we can repaint it.
Yeah. I mean, Onyx figured out how to paint his teeth. He could paint a suit, of armor, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, easy. Oh, this is a good art project.
I still don't know how the hell they do that in this world. That's actually the one scientific thing I don't understand, how they dye teeth. I'm really not sure how that works, but apparently you can. So
I'm curious, maybe by ores, maybe grinding up rocks and stuff.
Oh, you could certainly replicate any kind of paint you want to. It's not a problem, and it'd be like ship paint, so it's gonna be pretty strong. That's really not an issue to repaint the suit if you wanted to.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else before you? And you guys got like a few days. Like you guys kind of chill out and talk about the suit, put it together. Why? It feels pretty good. Kind of work on gear and seeing it work again. I mean, as much as you may not like Mars, you do appreciate the craftsmanship of the armor. It's pretty impressive. And it's definitely a bargaining chip for you guys, for whoever you decide to bargain with. That is true. But rounding it out, stuff feels pretty good. Sirius seems like a good place to go, all things considered.
Onyx, were you able to get into Eros for that message?
Yeah, can I get into Eros and decode that message for Jackrabbit? Would I have time?
Oh, okay. So you want to try taking a shot at the stuff going on Eros. So yeah, you find a few there's a few places that have ripped information off of Eros and trying to decrypt it. Do you have what's that feat? It's like the improvisation talent.
Yeah, I do actually. I think. Academic specialization. No,
it's a talent called
I've got improv. I've got improvisation actually.
I thought I did. Oh yeah, you do, huh? I thought I had something.
Yeah, because there's one. So basically, to decrypt stuff, to do encryption, you have to have the actual skill.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You can't try it untrained. But if you wanted, I think it's called improvisation, actually. I want to say it's improvisation. Yeah, if you have that, you could try it.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Well, maybe I give it a try then.
Yeah, you take a crack.
Okay. Go for it, Jack. If you have improvisation, you can do it. I will say about improvisation, the one limitation of it is that you can't get stuff points off of it if you're not trained.
Okay.
But go for it. And this would be intelligence encryption.
That's an 8.
An 8, yeah. So you start kind of looking at it, and it's all a noodle scratcher. You do know though, whatever encryption this is, it's military grade.
Yeah, I can't get through. I can't get through. I just keep trying. I guess I just keep trying to send a message the other way. Maybe it get through then. Maybe it has to get through to me. I know she's trying to call me. But yeah.
All right. Well, this offer and contract from Dawes, you guys have all had time to look over. It's pretty worthwhile. He's definitely offering you lodgings. Myrtle, you don't need this, but I mean it's a nice offer. Especially if you don't want to, if you want to meet off site or something like that too. Use of the series docks. According to the reports you're pulling off of the series docks, you guys basically, when you get there, they will dock you immediately. He's giving you a priority setup that you'll be pushed past the queue. And in fact, it looks like the berth there is not even being used until you guys get there.
Nice.
and there's some like you get a feeling, Myrtle, you're not sure if he's either like genuinely trying to be nice or if he's trying to show how nice of a leader he can be now that he's in charge, or maybe he's like, you know, Minister Guan, where he's just trying to buy you.
Okay. I'm gonna, you know, in all of everything that I say is gonna be just very, you know, pleasant and, oh, this is fantastic. Look at this offer. This is really great. I mean, don't need the offer. And we're all gonna go hang out, and everybody's gonna meet my wife, and we're gonna go have dinner, and everybody can just stay with us.
Okay.
So, but well, how nice that is for him to offer that.
Yeah, we should offer him something back. Maybe maybe I should give him my fuzzy slippers and my I Love New York shirt.
Yeah, so you guys definitely take some time and kind of, and you guys are also, once again, you're on the ship. You can research stuff too, I might add.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty easy to pull up schematics for Sirius Station. Like if you guys want maps, like so you don't get lost on it. That's all readily available. There's some news feeds about there too. You guys get kind of like the welcome bulletin of stuff to do on Sirius Station. There's all kinds of stuff pouring in off of Sirius Station for you. So it's actually pretty. All things considered, like Eros would be kind of like a more touristy thing, where Sirius comes off a little more practical in terms of the kind of stuff you're getting there. And then there's a lot of kind of message boards and such chatter about OPA there. You kind of dig through these a little bit, Jackrabbit, and they seem pretty OPA centered, talking a lot about Belter's rights, and there's some extremist talk once in a while about restricting innards from owning essentially like businesses or property on Sirius Station, but some people are kind of like, maybe that might be too extreme, and there's a lot of debate about like what they want to allow on Sirius Station now that they have control of it.
Better watch out, Myrtle. Looks like they after you.
Yeah, we'll stand up for you. Yeah, we'll make sure. Would I be able to research just Cretan and the people he was running with?
Give me a intelligence research check.
Okay, cool. And then I got academic specialization, so I can re-roll it. All right, intelligence +2. Ooh, I'm re-rolling that. Okay, I got a 7. I got a 7.
Yeah, I know. Re-roll and use your academic research skill.
All right, there we go. 16 and a 4 on the drama.
Very nice. So you go up and look up Cretan, and what was your buddy's name again? It was Cretan and who?
Vaxel.
So you look at Cretan, and Cretan pops back. You're unclear on if he's on the station still or not. He was always kind of one of these guys, a little slippery, kind of like you. He may be more like steady now the OPA is in charge.
Okay.
Less worried about the innards, knowing that like he'll be taken care of. Anderson Dawes' like whole motto about like, the more you share, the more your bowl will be plenty. And
is he running with extremists? Sorry, or like, am I picking up that he's associated with anybody bad?
You're not sure who he's associated with at this point, but he definitely has. You posted images of him once in a while at like different, we'll say, riots or protests that have happened in the last few weeks, especially some of the ones that confronted Star Helix. He's alive on the station for sure. That you do know.
Not for much longer.
You do know he was he basically got brought up for assaulting an officer, but once OPA took over, it's like, no, who's there to prosecute him basically? Mm-hmm. The people in charge are gone.
Okay.
And the other buddy Vaxel was your mentor buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pop him up. He pops up in some feeds here, back there, and kind of watching in the background. So he's still around there for sure.
Okay. Good. All right.
Okay.
What is the rules on this station for weapons and?
Excellent question. It's a little more Wild Westy.
Yeah.
People because of the OP doesn't want to restrict weapons, but openly, you wouldn't be able to carry a rifle openly, but if you have a sidearm, it'd probably be okay. There's like, and then like the penalties are, like shift right now. They're kind of in a very open-ended law situation, we'll say.
Because Wyatt's going to start carrying Remy's knife with him at all times too, and
Oh yeah.
his pistol when we get there.
Okay, so you got your big old combat knife, your big old kind of trench knife looking thing.
Yep.
I got my
But yeah, you can
ceramic.
certainly bring weapons on the station, but like if you're openly carrying a rifle, you're gonna get stopped. For
But a
sure.
pistol's all right, though.
Yeah, pistol's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But
They,
there's like severe penalties. Like if you're firing it like on the docks, that's like where they're gonna like not be happy.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
Sorry, would
They
you say
pushed-
Jackrabbit?
there was 2 turn pushes in Twitch.
Oh, look at that. Let me push it one more time. I push it once and I get one more for you guys. What are we at? Oh, we're at 4.
No, there was 2 in a row. There
Yeah,
was
I
Alpha
pushed the-
Pump-
I got- I
oh,
caught
you
the
got
one.
it. You got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, once Wyatt to get shot again.
they wanted Onyx to lose all
Yeah.
his money.
They're like, what? Onyx has like enemies there. Push the turn.
Yeah,
push
yeah.
the turn.
So,
Yes.
but yeah, you guys come up to the berth, no problem. And the docking procedure is actually shocking, Jackrabbit, as you approach the place. It's easy. They're like just ready for you. They have your ship all set up. Everything's. They don't need any readings. They already have all the readings for it before you even get there. It's very efficient. There's no line. There's like the little HUD comes up on your ship, and the green lights guide you in perfectly. You can start feeling the gravity of the station as you get into the dock, and the clamps come down on. You get the completed docking setup and everything like that too. It's all automated. The systems coordinate fine between the ship and the docking bay, and you get a nice Jackrabbit. The final thing you hear over the comms is welcome to Sirius Station. Enjoy your stay.
Oh yeah.
And you can hear the airlock
You
binding
can tell
up.
that you can tell the Belchers run this place. I don't think they're gonna hold our ship like it happened at Mars.
They're gonna treat us right.
Well, this has got to be more efficient than Star Helix, I guess.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Dawes are gonna have this place running smooth.
So the airlock sets up, and you guys are welcome to open your side of the airlock. Open the airlock at any time. Walk on out, however you want to.
Put that
We
suit
go
on it.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, put on that suit and punch that airlock open.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
We'll go through first. And since, we've shared all of, for everybody who hasn't been here before, shared the details so everybody looks like they know where they're going and they know what they're doing. And I'm just going to kind of put on that, yes, I know where I'm going, and, kind of not really hoity-toity, but just business-like. I'll do the business-like thing with the team and, make sure everything is fine. If anybody's going to stop us, I look like I know what I'm doing.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of put on your business face that you're here for a real reason and such. And was Myrtle going to be the first one off the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Myrtle, and is everyone going off the ship simultaneously? You guys can go one at a time. How's that working?
I'm going off with her. I'm excited.
What's everyone? Is everyone packing? Who's packing? And like, obviously, like Onyx is packing a new look.
I got a pistol and a ceramic knife and a new look.
And a what?
And a new look.
New
Ceramic
look. Okay, yeah. Looks like kill. Gotcha. All right. So
Got
and
my
then,
business
what
clothes
about-
on and my stun gun.
What was it?
Just my business clothes and my stun gun.
All right, your stun gun. Wyatt.
My pistol and then Remy's knife.
All right, so you got the trench knife. Okay.
A pistol and one of those collapsible batons.
You got the baton. All right, you
That's
guys
just
certainly.
my new favorite object. I just love this thing now. That's really what.
Yeah,
that
you sit there and
is.
just kind of fidget with it. Like you kind of open it up.
When I'm bored. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're sitting there fidgeting with the asp. It's kind of fun. Your old extendo stick and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you point to stuff, you're like, shh.
Yeah.
it's like-
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys all the airlock opens up, you kind of walk on out, and standing on the dock, right before you is a individual standing there. I wouldn't say well dressed, but they're dressed up in a good looking jumpsuit, flight suit type situation. They have a few badges of like different companies they work for. Or that there are series local. There's actually a big series air, water, power emblem on their thing, like a jumpsuit. So it's something you easily recognize. Any of you have lived here, you see the maintenance people. But noticeably, what's surprising about their outfit is they have on their gray overalls, which are quite clean, all things said and done, they have a large black band with the OPA logo on their arm, like openly carrying the colors. All of you have never seen this person except for Onyx. Onyx is Cretan.
Ugh.
And he's standing there, a familiar face, brandishing hard OPA colors, kind of like laughing as you come off the ship.
Pashang Walla.
Yeah, Pashang Wally yourself. You come on back. Big boss man Dawes has a job for you, huh?
Oh yeah, you better be careful yourself and stay out of our way. We got a big ship. I come back. I got these tough crew. I told them all about you and your betraying ways. You betray Belters.
Well, what's that you said to him?
How he betrayed me and how.
I was like, I did not betray. I go make sure I feed all my family, my friends. We make sure our bowl is full, so all of us eat.
Yeah, except me and Vaxel, we didn't get to eat that one time, huh?
Sometimes that's how it is, my friend.
So you here to take our bags? What are you here to do?
Nice. That was impressive to roleplay.
Yeah.
He says, a new Governor Dawes, he think it'd be smart for me to take you to him. Give him proper escort. Make you more comfortable on your travels here. I understand two of you never been here. He looks at Myrtle and says, and some of you have moved on in.
What you trying to do when you talking to Myrtle like that? You keep your eyes away. Well,
I was gonna share some treats with you, but I guess I will just hold on to them.
He says, well, it's a long trip down to the governor's area. We got and he kind of points off to like this cart, it's like a golf cart type situation, but it's like a transport cart. You guys have seen them around the station. They're used by like the authorities to get around and stuff like that too. Star Helix used to have a bunch of them. You're guessing that might be a repurposed Star Helix one actually. And he says, well, either way, you'll chariot the weights. Let me go ahead and I drive you down.
I go, oh, that's a pretty funny looking ship, man. I was a lot bigger, and I get in there, kind of giving him the.
He's like, well, you need such a cart to get you around such a big station. Look at the whole station.
Yeah, sure, man. All right.
Yeah, I get in too.
And I look at them. I'm like making gestures at Cretan.
Yeah, I could, it's like with the OPA large and in charge here, I'm not gonna push, the whole thing like, don't you know who I am, or business. We're just gonna play it really kind of calm, and maybe a little bit of like, well, fine, you can't have any of my chocolates if you're gonna be this way.
But now you don't.
But I'm just gonna get in and just kind of stay pretty chill.
Okay.
So I don't need to be booted out anywhere as an earther.
No.
Yeah, it's
probably. Oh, go ahead.
It's usually best if you're gonna start mouthing off to him to do it away from the airlocks.
Yes.
I would probably sit up front wherever it is, and if there was a radio on this thing, I would probably mess with the radio as if it were mine.
Okay. There's like a radio, but it's there for communications, so talking to people like that. Are you getting on like the big 10-4 Jackrabbit buddy or whatever?
Yeah, this Jackrabbit I here with the well walla, we out.
Yeah, and I'm
So you keep on dropping that at him, and he says that he's like I got, from what I understand, based on your trajectory, you guys came up out of the gravity well. You were on Mars, huh?
Yeah, we go a lot of places.
Yeah, we've been at many places you never been. You just stuck on this rock.
But hey, you say what you want, but at least at Oz.
I'm like sitting behind him in the cart too, just like with saying that.
And he's just driving kind of casually, kind of take it easy. People kind of like they don't like stop and like they kind of nod at him, and you can see some respect for his position here. And he says, "Well, he's like, you know, I ask you, Onyx, who on this rock know the water, air, and power better than anyone? It'd be us, right? You and me. We knew it so well.
Ha!
We knew the leaks. We knew the place to plug, and we knew where to get the aqua."
Yeah, and remember who got the aqua last time, and then who double crossed me for that aqua.
And I used that aqua to speed up people during Stock Helix trying to crack our heads. But where were you? You run away.
Oh, I was like, yeah, you running with a crew. They threatened me and Vaxel. You guys double crossed us. We were supposed to split that between us and take out us.
That's all water in the past. So we don't worry about that no more.
Yeah, it's all right? aqua under the bridge.
Aqua under the bridge. Yeah. He says, "Well, you know, but I thought it'd be, Governor Dawes thought it'd be good for me to have one of you to have a familiar face. You know, somebody, not just some stranger."
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's okay to see you again.
Yeah, well, it's okay to see you too, and I hope whatever business Anderson has with you is a good one for us, because I know that only he's the only one that cares. Say what you want about me, but you know, and I know, Anderson Dawes is real Beltalowda. He's the one in all our interests. You and I can have our differences, but you know what we have in common? Anderson Dawes is gonna keep us safe, keep the air on, keep the water flowing, and make sure Beltalowdas come first.
Yeah, that might be the truth. Yeah.
All right. So So one thing you're noticing quickly about him, Onyx, is like he feels a little more diplomatic, and you're like, maybe he's just like he needed the opportunity to show that he could go straight, like he could be a good person, and maybe Anderson Dawes is bringing that out in him a little bit. He may have been a son of a bitch for a long time, but I mean, people are kind of looking at him, like nodding at him and going, some kids wave at him. He kind of waves back. He's kind of eating it up a little bit here.
I guess Onyx is just skeptical, and he's got to see that happen. But he's noticing it. But they put anybody in that suit, man.
So you guys are going through the upper levels, and these are like some areas where there's some businesses. And this is a space you've taken you've spent a lot of time in Myrtle on the station. These are people you were working with. You can see what at least used to be some Earth-based businesses here, front and stuff like that too, a little more higher-end places here and there. Some of them, you're guessing maybe have changed ownership, or there's kind of a different attitude about the business. Mm-hmm. But the one thing that throws all of you off is you turn a corner, and you can see that there are like storefronts that are completely destroyed, blackened out, destroyed. All of you can pretty much tell what looks to be a bombing. And Cretan says, yeah, there's still some folks here that don't think Anderson Dawes should be in charge.
What folks are they?
What was that?
What folks are they that think that he should not be in
I don't
charge?
know, they could
are they
be
Belters? Are they
could,
Inners or what?
No, I don't know. They could be Innards, they could be the Martians, they could be some OPA people that got some chip on their shoulders that don't know a good thing when it smack them in the face, you know? So I don't know. I ain't supposed to say nothing, but like I think Dawes wants you to figure out who's doing this, who's trying to blast these people out of here. But this is just one of them. There's been a few. So
it doesn't look like it's all targeted, right? It's just disruptive.
Give me a intuition check.
Nice.
Okay.
For Myrtle. Perception, intuition.
Okay, 6. Ooh, 12, 15. My perception. 16, 17, 18, like 20.
God damn.
Nice.
Myrtle just starts throwing intuition in the air. All right.
Yeah, I got a 6 on the drama die at doubles.
Yeah,
double
okay.
sixes.
So you dominate intuition, and you're looking around and you see two businesses and you're like, maybe they're getting targeted because they're in populous areas, that might be the best bet. These look like more like bombings, less like tactical, and more just like get attention.
More chaos than like targeting Earther.
I mean, they bombed a
Belter.
restaurant. It's like, why would you bomb a restaurant?
Right, unless they decided to refuse service to Belters, but it's a Belter place, so that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That somebody,
The,
because
the,
nothing was like that when I was here.
the other thing too
Right.
you picked up on too that was pretty subtle, at least initially for you, was you notice that Cretan, the path he's taking is not the direct path to where the governor's office would be, like where Dawes probably would be like stationed up. It looks like he purposely took you through this area to maybe like get you to notice some stuff.
Okay. So, man, what else you got that we're not seeing, that you're not telling? But because you took this route,
He's like, hey, I took the rock, but I don't know everything about it. It's a big rock. A big rock. I just know, I'll say this, if the power goes out, I'm there. The water goes out, I'm there. Air goes out, I'm there. But this stuff, I'm not, he's like, I'm not security.
What's
you
my
wanted
intuition?
us to see it, though.
Yeah, I think it's important. I think it's just make sure you all keep your head on swivel, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Can I read this
But yeah,
guy?
you're noticing like it's all public places. Pubs,
Right.
bars,
Right,
restaurants,
right.
stuff like that.
Can I read this guy?
Yeah,
Like,
he-
just
he a creep.
like just I already am suspicious of anyone I meet, but particularly like someone that honest
Give me
in life.
perception, empathy.
I just want to know if he has anything to do with this.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Can I just use intuition and see if I have like a gut feeling of
Yeah, sure.
anything?
That's a 12.
Well,
13.
13.
14.
14. So the read this guy Jackrabbit, like, I mean, he's definitely Beltalota. He's OPA, hardcore. He's got the band on his arm. He's openly doing it. You can tell that he like he was OPA for a long time, and you've known folks like this, like on Eros, they were OPA for a long time, but they couldn't be out and openly OPA. And if they weren't going to work. They may not eat. They may not be allowed in certain places. But now the guy can be open and free about his political beliefs on Belter freedom. So you feel that like maybe, I mean, he's showing off a little bit, but he's never been able to show off before. Does that make sense?
Not like he might be involved in any of this like bombing stuff in
It
some
doesn't
way.
seem like it would benefit him. The stability, he's in the government, and stability would benefit him the most.
Okay.
So, and plus, like, a broken water line is not his cup of tea, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, why, like, you're seeing these crimes, like, you're pretty sure they weren't done tactically. It's like bars and clubs. You're pretty sure someone's just trying to, like, get attention. But you're pretty sure that they're targeting higher end areas. And you're also noticing that this section of Siri Station, there's a disproportionate amount of Martians and Earthers in this area compared to other areas of the station, I'm pretty sure. There are more Belters than you think there would have been, but now there's still a lot of innards here, and like you can kind of see elements of the culture, of Martian culture, more prevalent here than you would see in other places.
So they're going after like the higher end stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look over to Myrtle and be like, "Do you feel like your place is safe, or?"
Maybe
Well,
we should.
I hope so. Consider it's it's a Belter-owned business. I know not because this has been kind of it's been pretty Earther based for a really really long time. So I don't know, but I am concerned though.
Yeah, he says, yeah, he overhears your conversation. He says, yeah, I a Belter-owned business is good, but there's some. He's like, and no offense, Modal, but there's some that think you're white for the well walla. You know what I'm saying? That's not me. That's some people might think that.
I get you. I completely understand. I mean, I understand why you wouldn't want to trust me, especially
No, he's like, I got nothing against you, but yeah, some people might say that. But I think your business down is a down level or two, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't been hitting those spots. They're not as He's like, and like the one thing I noticed about this section of the station, it has more of like the niceties of the area. So it has like, you know, center planters. There's actually trees in some areas. It has kind of the false sky type situation set up. So it's actually meant to look like these, like Earth or Mars for that matter.
Right.
But
I mean, we ain't that fancy yet,
no,
you know? So it's just like we're on the, you know, we're kind of on the cusp of getting up to fancy.
but you do know that these bombings on areas like this, Myrtle, will not be good for your business either.
That's correct.
Like, yeah, bombings of the storefront next to you is not good. It's very much a broken window type situation.
I just take a video of this as we drive past.
Yeah.
You know, the wreckage.
Yeah, it seems like something extremist would hit, right? But then we don't know if there's somebody pretending to be extremist or if there's another reason they're bombing it.
Yeah, I mean, heck, it could be angry Star Helix, right?
Or they could be bombing it to make people go buy stuff elsewhere. It could be, we gotta definitely check it out.
So you kind of come down to this like very nice area, usually like the governor's level, and you can see that like the planters and the trees here that are pretty tall. We're talking like 20-foot tall trees, which there's only a few of them on the station. And you're coming out the governor's office, and Creedon pulls up and he says, "All right, this is it, folks. We're here. Governor Dawes waiting for you inside. Just go on." He's like, you know, just make sure you don't, you know, they're probably going to ask for your weapons at the door. Nothing personal. It's just kind of station policy.
Okay, Taki, chauffeur, and I.
You flip my coin or some shit.
Yeah.
Garcon. All right.
Yeah.
I give him my food bar wrappers that I was eating in the car. I gave it to
On the
him,
floor.
Like all that.
Kick it under the acceleration pedal. You made it really hard to get to.
Nice.
But yeah, you guys kind of leave a little bit of mess on it. You know, you like take your half-eaten bar and shove it on the seat and walk off or something. You know, wipe your mouth out on the headrest. But yeah, you know, he's kind of he's like, hey, he's on your way. He's like, hey, we're trying to make a better life here. Come on, like, you know. But
I'm gonna open up my little chocolate case, you know, that I keep my nice chocolates, and I'm gonna get him one that's not so fancy,
Okay.
right? But that's still nice. It's like, look, I appreciate what you're trying to do us. I appreciate what you're showing us, you know, so we can be prepared. So here, this is what I'm trying to do for you, all right? And then I'll give him a nice little piece of fancy chocolate.
I go, Taki, and he takes it. He says, "Oh, this is good. Thank God, appreciate it." As well, but everyone, I gotta say, everyone, since you guys have been gone, everyone here is doing better. And I appreciate it, but please listen to Mr. Dawes, okay? He's got all of our interests at heart. He wants Innards and he wants Beltas to live together, okay?
We are all open ears.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that doesn't mean that we're gonna do what he says, but we'll listen.
I said on that chocolate. Just kidding.
Yeah.
All right.
Just beating up.
All right, so he kind of rolls off, and you guys stand outside the governor's office. It's a pretty nice looking building, fairly clean. The walls are like a polished like metal, almost to a white standard, like almost like that. Almost, they kind of almost look like marble, but they're not like all stone or anything like that. They're actual like metal and such. You guys were told to go in. What do you want to do?
I'll go right up the door and go in.
Yep.
You guys come on in, and it's an office setup. There's kind of a reception area. Inside is a lot different than the outside. It is you can see like where there had been stuff hanging and decorations and stuff like that too. Anything that was there for decorative purposes or aesthetics is gone. Any kind of images. There's like a screen, a view screen that's kind of giving information to the station, where normally you would expect that to have like show like nice fields or relaxing imagery, but now it's just showing like the status of Sirius Station, bringing a news feed up, showing like the water and the power and the air operating their procedures, talking about what berths are open. It's just pure information and very practically being used. And there's a few belters in there kind of hanging out, looking around, stuff like that, and just, you know, talking to each other. They see you come in, they go, you were from the same class, Governor Dawes waiting for you back there. And they just point to some door. They're not even trying to open the door, like, act like receptionists. They're just like, oh, yeah, your buddy's here, go see him.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll start heading that way.
And they go, hey, you gotta leave your weapons out here though. Put them on the table there. We make sure no one take them, okay?
Oh yeah. I put my pistol, but I keep my ceramic knife hidden because that thing was undetectable last time.
Yeah, it doesn't get picked up by the metal detectors. So I should mention the ceramic knife does have a breakability. It will. Okay. If you do so much damage with it, it will break.
If someone turns up the churn, it'll break on me. So
no, in terms of like if you roll higher than 4 on the die for the damage, it will break.
Oh, okay.
Not meant to like.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you want to fillet a fish with it. Hey, great job, but if you're trying to use it in combat, it's not a combat knife. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely just. I mean, you know, a stun gun is a stun gun. I can get one whenever I'm worried about it.
You actually see that they have weapons on them, but they're not even worried about you guys as like a security threat. They seem actually pretty relaxed. Right. When you've dealt with folks like this before, on the station, they're always kind of like on edge, and they were very mistrusting. But they seem like they're expecting you, and like they're not even like worried about that. You don't get that sense that like they're on high alert. They feel like they have the station. They don't have to be as cagey around you.
Right. I'll just throw it over there. I'm like, whatevs. I've got more back at my house.
I'll lay my pistol up there, and then I'll point at the knife and be like, "This too, or can I keep it?"
No, you go, hey, Curtis, look at this sticker, and he like, points to the Curtis like, oh man, you cut through the whole damn rock with that thing, man. No, you can't bring that in, buddy. And it's like, I mean, it's a trench knife, dude. Like it's a freaking
yeah.
That's a knife. This is a knife.
It's like something off of a comic book cover from the 90s. Like Rob Liefeld style, like it's like it's meant. It's one of the things you pull out, not necessarily use just to scare the hell out of someone.
Well, that's the purpose.
That's the point, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Like, I don't need that in there, but you know.
I'll leave it, but it better be here when I get it.
It's not be in there, but like they're definitely oogling it. They're like, oh man, like I haven't seen one like that for a while, And one of them says on the way, "Oh, you know who had one like that was the Corsair. He had one like that."
I'm very well aware of that.
All right, and then Jackrabbit.
Yeah, I put my pistol there.
All right, you keep the baton on you.
Oh yeah, that's my team, man.
Give me a dexterity stealth check with that. You can try to get it past security.
It's like
that's
Jackrabbit's
all fours.
That's pretty good. You're good enough. Yeah, you keep it pocketed.
12
you have
plus.
it inside your
Is that
jacket.
dexterity? Just out of curiosity, is that dex?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would have been
like 18.
16.
Yeah, you're not gonna worry. Yeah, you're good with like keeping it under wraps. Yeah, it's like a compact. Like it's like you could say it's like your. It looks like under your clothes it looks like a giant bolt. So.
It's how I get things down when they up too high.
Yeah.
All right. So you go on in, and this office is like, it's like the lights are dimmed down. Even for the other room you were in, like all the lights weren't on. This room, the lights are dimmed down. Like it's very much in a sense like not trying to intimidate, but like the lights are dimmed to a point where like it's an efficient use of power. Those of you that are belchers, you know that like this would be like the standard lighting on most mining ships. Like if you're out for a long haul on an older ship to keep the power going and such. The room is like just unassuming. There's a desk in there that looks like they just didn't want to move it out. The desk is pretty nice, but it looked like they just didn't want to move it out. Like all the decorations are taken down. There's no plants in it. It's very practical. You can see there's like a terminal on the desk that's been rigged on there. But there's a man in the office just kind of sitting there going over a data pad. Just kind of a plain looking guy, just some basic clothes, nothing too much. His face is riddled. He's wearing like a V-cut shirt. Something people would wear standard under like a flight suit. Wearing some pants, has some decent shoes on, more practical than anything. He sees you come in, and he flashes off this thing, and goes, welcome to City Station. This is very happy to have you here. And you can see before you a man with like massive acne scars, like pox marks all over his face, kind of like weird coloration, not scars. Though you do see he has some massive scars around his neck, based on the that are like you've seen this pattern on OPA tattoos before, Wyatt. But like you know that like they're based on like some sort of radiation scar from a certain type of suit. This guy has the actual scarring. It almost looks like someone at one point tried to slit his throat, but you know that it's like a radiation scar. And standing before you is the former OPA liaison for Sirius Station, Anderson Dawes, the voice and face of the OPA on Sirius Station. And he says, I'm trying to do my best, Anderson Dawes. Thank you for coming as soon as you docked.
Thank you for showing us in and the hospitality you showed our ship.
All Belters are welcome to Sirius Station. I'm sorry to get right down to it. This job is very time consuming, as you can imagine. We have, as good as we're keeping it on out there's things I have to get to and little fires to put out at times here and there. Not literally. But I'd rather we avoid any more of any further damages, such as the ones you saw on the way here. If you'd like to sit, please. I mean, he pulls out like a bottle of something to drink, and starts grabbing some glasses.
I'll sit.
Sit. Yeah. And he goes up and real casually, like he's your old buddy, like starts putting the glasses down, puts out 5 glasses, and starts kind of pouring some sort of liquor in there. And you think it might be a whiskey or something. It's pretty high quality, all things considered. It smells pretty good. Not as good as the stuff you guys had, like say on Nova Londres on Mars, but it's for Sirius Station, it's pretty good. Pulls it up and he takes his and makes sure it distributes them and sits down with you and says, like to bring you up to speed. I have to apologize. My original contact, I was going to have you meet at the docks, couldn't meet, and Cretan said he knew some of you from the past, and I figured a familiar face would help some of you feel more back at home.
Can I intuition check that? I want to know if he did on purpose to mess with us.
Yeah, give me an intuition check on that, or empathy, your choice.
Yeah, he a familiar face, all right.
That's a perception?
Yeah, it's either perception, yeah.
That would be a 13.
13. Jackrabbit, you cannot read this dude. This guy's in control.
Okay.
Like you've met, like of like men of power, and this guy is like in charge. And he honestly scares the shit out of you.
I just I'm standing. I don't sit when he says have a seat.
Okay, you kind of start anything and says
I lean in against the wall and I'm just sipping the thing. I just want to watch him. Just not eyes nowhere else, just there.
Yeah, I say, oh yeah, he's a familiar face, all right. I know Cretan. Me and him go way back.
Yeah, he says, well, we have some common. A lot of us, we have common friends, and this is good. The friends of my friends are good friends. I understand a lot of you got your start working for my one of my recruitees, Fred Johnson. Remember when I first met him? His such sadness in him, but we've provided him. The OPA has provided him purpose, and he is one of our greatest allies and proponents.
He does. I'm gonna kind of smell.
That's pretty nice.
The drink, and as I kind of smell what it is, I put it down and I open up my little case of treats, and I pick through and find the ones that I think that will work exactly with this. And I'll kind of put them out there, in front of everybody and just say, I think that's the truest thing I've ever heard is that Fred Johnson he has a sad way about him. I think you were right. And I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it in a fawning way, but just more of a matter of fact kind of way.
He's like, well, My parents worked for Anderson Hyosum Cooperative and named me after the station. Did you know that? They thought it would give them good graces with the bosses. So when I met the butcher of Anderson Station, I knew him and I were connected. And now he is my Barata.
So a sadness all around, but a peaceful purpose.
Hey, you see everybody, because this Ed, this Arthur, she like Fred Johnson, she see the truth. She see the truth. I welcome you to Siri Station, Marito. Thank you, and your wife's services there have been exquisite, and I definitely have to make sure I open an account with you soon enough. We will be needing what we say refreshments for the many that we will welcome here to enhance the business of Siri Station.
Well, I very much appreciate that, and I will kind of nod as I take a little drink of the very nice bourbon there.
He chewed a little bit of chocolate. He doesn't eat the whole thing. He kind of has a little piece and puts it down. You're not sure if he's being nice or maybe he just doesn't. You're not sure if it's either he doesn't want to like eat the whole thing, or maybe he doesn't like sweet stuff.
Right.
You know, maybe his
Well,
palate
we're being polite. We're being polite to each other.
Yeah, he's not being rude about it at all. He definitely,
Yeah.
But he says, well, down to business as it would be. And I appreciate all of you coming on such short notice. You see, these bombings have been happening for the last month. There's been several of them, targeting repeatedly upper levels and businesses, clubs, restaurants, bars owned by Inuits, Martian, Earther alike. Now, this disturbs me heavily as a Belter. And I'll tell you why. These Earthers, these Martians, they come to the belt for the same dream that we pursue. But Motel does the same thing. They want to provide these services to my Baratas, and we want to take them up on their services. There is not a restaurant, a bar, a club that is nothing but Innards, nothing but Martians, nothing but Earthers. They are all peoples using these places. I'm sad to say that some Beltas and even OPA have died in these bombings. Alas, I do not know who is making this happen. And it saddens me. Who is taking the opportunity to make Earthers, Martians, and Beltas victims of senseless violence. When me and my people are trying to make a better life for all. Do you know what I say? I say to all of you. He takes up the thing and he starts refilling all your glasses. I say the more you share, the more plentiful your board will be.
That's quite beautiful.
But who gives out the bowls? That's what I want to know.
Sharing is caring.
I was like, this one, that's a good question. Who gives out the bowls? Who provides the bowls? Well, many people provide the bowls, and some bring their own. Some borrow them from the UN or the Martians. But there are many bowls, and we can fill. And I tell my people we can fill them all. This place we are in, we are not confined, as some of the Innards are on their planet. And we can go and get the water, we can get the aqua, we can get the air, we can get the minerals, we can refine them here, we can get them out, ship them out, build the ships, make sure everybody has what they need. But this cannot be done if people are scared, if they're fearful, if they're being murdered while they're trying to have a simple meal with their family.
So you send a message all the way to Mars for us to come here to find out who it is then.
This one is smart, and you see what has to be done. Well, Sergeant Thompson, I know of your service with the belt in the Belters and doing security on Palace Station privately, and we that is a necessary need that station needs. But here, the OPA is now doing security. We've replaced and removed Star Helix's contracts, although some of their people have come to work for me and seen the light, and we appreciate that. I have information that may be pertinent to your own circumstances and may line up with an incident of yours I've heard about.
We're listening. Oh, I'm listening.
Takes his data pad out and starts he shoots some information up to the screen. Do you these women on the screen, do you recognize any of them? And there's about like photos of or these people, excuse me. He puts up about 8 photos of different people on there. And looking at them, Wyatt, it sparks pretty hard your mind. You have a thing for faces. You recognize 3 of them. And you recognize them as some of the women that assaulted you on Mars.
I was about to say, do they match mine? And I flip mine over. I flipped the picture of one of them, like my favorite one that's knocked out that I've probably put little speech bubbles and X eyes on.
One of them does match the image you took of them. Yeah.
I swipe that to him. You mean this woman? I like this picture of her better.
He says, these people are known members of an unfortunate organization known as the Voltaire Collective. These misguided, self-proclaimed OPA members will say, fully believe that through violence, they can drive all innards from Siri Station. Now, if that is something they want, that is something they should strive for and make the case for, but not go around killing people randomly on my station. They kill the Baratas. They not think.
Do you have any idea why they came after us?
They, materials that they used in these bombings do not come cheap. I have, my opinion is that they have taken up some mercenary work and someone may have it out for you. This is beyond my capacity, but it's only speculation, although my sources tell me they have been openly looking for more other violent work.
Good adds up.
Yeah.
So you said someone hired them to come after us. And so you come after us, bring us here, where they are here too?
The sect is, these individuals are only ones I have photos of right now that I know of. And I am unclear if they are on the station or not. It seems that they, some have minimal records. Some of their members have tattoos that are anti-facial recognition. But right now we believe that they are in hiding on the station, and it is a big station.
Can I get copies of all that information that you have?
He pulls down the mugshots and stuff like that too. The dossiers are a little thin. He says, well, unfortunately, one of the things is that Star Helix, when they leave their contract from Earth ended, they got mad and took their ball home. They did not allow us to have access to the records. It was not a smooth transition of security forces. So I apologize to you, Sergeant Thompson. I wish I could have been more service.
That's understandable.
So tell me, you come here on this ship, the Sinclair. This is the new registry, is it not?
It our ship. That's all that matter. It ours.
Oh,
How come this happen everywhere we go, huh? Everywhere we go, someone won't take our ship.
No, you misunderstand me. I asked because the name, when I heard it, rang a bell, along with the ship itself. You know Claire O'Rourke, captain
Yeah, we
of
know.
the Princess Stella?
We knew Abby. She used to ride with us.
Yes. I asked because Claire was a friend of mine from far back. She was always a loyal supporter, and she made sure that there were times where I was unable to fill my own bowl, and she would help me fill it. And others. So when I heard of her demise on Prometheus Station, it shattered me. I knew that a part of the heart of the OPA died that day. And you can tell he gets a little sad. Like he actually like genuinely cared for this person. You know, she was true Barata.
Yeah, it was really hard when it went down. It was so sudden, it was so violent, and we were sorry to lose our crewmate and and Claire. And we
But
barely knew
it's not your
Claire.
ship.
Yeah.
It's still not your ship. Don't you try to go on there and look at our records and do any of that stuff like they did at us on Mars, you know?
He's like, no. He said, please, the Sinclair, formerly the Princess Stella, it is yours. It seems that Claire and her crew provided it to you. To continue the analogy, they no longer needed their bowl and provided you with theirs. And he seems heartfelt, Jackrabbit. Like, this is the first time you've met someone in power who's like, it's your ship. I completely recognize that, and I acknowledge it, and I see you on that.
So she's gonna take her glass and just lift it to him, like as a,
Yeah, I'm saying.
He's like, to Claire.
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 But now, one of the problems with this business on Prometheus Station was the information came out was all over the place. Can you enlighten me to the fate of our common friend? Who did this? What happened?
I feel like I would do that, except Sam doesn't remember the details exactly of what happened, but I feel like Jackrabbit would give a pretty good play-by-play of people attacking,
Like, we're all just gonna kind of fill in our own parts from our own perspective, and it's just like everything we think that everything is going to be fine, and then all of a sudden it's massive chaos, and
Which is how
so
everything goes
we
forward.
only have little pieces here and there.
So here is where my issue comes up and why I asked about it. The Voltaire Collective is a problem for me right now. And based on my reports from the Prometheus Station incident, it was player was there to meet with operatives of the Free Fool, a subsect of the Voltaire Collective. So I think at this point, this is an organization non gratis on Siri Station.
You have to speak a little plain. What that mean?
They are not welcomed here. They are no longer Baratas of the OPA.
The Voltaire Collective?
And the Free Fools.
Yes.
Both sides, okay.
And you want us to get them out of here.
Well, the problem is I do not have evidence of this, and I wish to investigate, but they've gone deep to ground. And he looks at Onyx. I don't need to tell you that there are many tunnels and places to hide. Yeah.
So the information, because we've got hands-on with both groups, is that we might be able to see something that other people aren't seeing?
Well, it also might look bad if I have OPA going after OPA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think-
you're kind of that will upset the balance, and I believe you're trying to make a good balance, and especially including us. And I'm looking, over to Wyatt and myself, and including our team. Is that maybe we'll see something that others can't see because of our experience with these groups, to try to maintain the peace.
Precisely, this is a fine group. So let me put it this way. The people here on City Station need to see unity. Right. Understanding how the OPA is welcoming even to innards. We understand that it is not all innards, it is just bureaucrats and oligarchs that take over and come in here and try to steal from us. Myrtle, you struck out on your own. You come here to make a life. You find a wife. You find a life here, and you make a life here. This is the future that I want to show. We show that a belter from another station, Eros, that is undergoing trauma right now. We have no idea what's going on. All we know is that the UNN and the MCRN says that I cannot send my people there to rescue my Baratas on fear of death. You come here, Jackrabbit, and you come here and you help and you show that we are united. We don't accept all that space between here and Eros. That is the true illusion. True illusion. We are like this. We are all up here together. My friend here, Wyatt. You serve in the military. You go off. You do security. You see how bad it can be. You've seen it from both sides. That is important for my people to see someone who's seen both sides of that. Been on the receiving end of a boarding, also understand the inner workings of this, and has seen the light. Onyx, there's nothing to say. This is your home. This is where you grew up. This is where you strove and you suffered under the complete and utter oppression of the innards for so long. But now you saw your friend Creed. You remember, I've known him a long time. Absolute change of persona. Given an opportunity, these people will thrive, and I will make sure that happens. I will overfill their bowls like you will not believe. But seeing you together, knowing that these problems with people like the Voltaire Collective is not an OPA problem, it is not an innard problem, it is just a problem we all need to come together and solve. And that is why I asked the four of you to come and show up.
I stand up and I'm like, Onyx is like, yeah, what you say, I believe, Ratna, and I agree, and I will do what I can. And I sort of like look around at them because I'm sort of taken by the speech. It speaks to me.
So,
Yeah, okay, Onyx. We do this.
Yeah, we'll find them if they're here on this rock.
You talk, big guy, boss man. But I like what you say. So yeah, we see what happened this time, huh?
We also be able to get back at them for what they've done to us.
I like that too.
No, and so, I'm gonna look individually, kind of our team, and say, look, we were just looking for a job, and we came together, and You know, it's. I've always, looked at the belt and with your baratnas, and it means something. It means something that this is not something that we necessarily have, back on Luna and back on Earth. It's something that's more than your blood relation, and I am very impressed with. I believe you. I think that this is why Wyatt and I are not back on our planets, continuing on with these dreams that don't exist. They're not reality, while continuing to suppress all the Belters. So it can't be in black and white. It has to be a lot of gray to try to bring us all together.
This is excellent.
So I'm being very kind of, politically into this. It sounds like I agree 1,000,000% with him while we're doing this kind of Belter Kumbaya kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But it is something, I came here because this is where my heart took me. So.
But don't you think we should have one more toast, Myrtle? One more toast,
absolutely.
One more. Yeah.
Yeah, fill my bowl
Yeah,
one more
he
time.
goes
fill
and
that
pour
bowl
the rest of the whiskey he has, and you guys all drink up.
Yeah, maybe I need
And he
2
says,
bowls.
before I have you leave your way, and I have accommodations for all of you to use, I have a question though that I need answered.
Here we go.
Yeah, here it goes.
These people that killed Claire, I understand they came with military grade gear, slaughtered her crew,
Yeah.
Yes.
and stole what she had. If you've gotten any more information on these assailants from after Prometheus Station, it would help me greatly to bring justice to our friend.
And that's what we want to see too, is justice as well.
Justice and peace.
Do we feel like that out of not talking to him? Was that the Sebastian Pope guy? Was it his security we figured out?
Yeah.
I'll
You found those guys were part of Vector Security. Like,
Right.
you found identical gear from guys who were on Vector Security when you were on Callisto.
Right.
kind of look over to the group and I'll be like, maybe look into Sebastian Pope and his security.
Pope Sanchez, they do a little bit of work out here. Okay. He's like, I'll put some eyes on Mr. Pope and see what he's up to. This is good. This sharing, this is the type of sharing I'm talking about. This is good for us. Put this out in the open.
Since we're talking sharing and caring, if we help you, you have to protect Myrtle, her business, and her wife. And we need full access to this whole rock.
I can provide you access to to what I can within reason. There's obviously there's certain places that are inaccessible to those that do not have the expertise to operate station's vital functions, such as the reactor, etc. But I will make sure you can get what you need. As far as Mrs. Cooper and her wife, they're under the absolute protection of the OPA here on Sirius Station, and I will make sure that a security detail is placed outside your business during your investigation to ensure your safety.
Thank you, Wyatt. Thank you.
Oh yes, and
yeah.
can we have Cretan clean our ship? Sorry.
He kind of says, I need Cretan working inside the station to make sure that we all are that the aqua and the air flows. If your ship needs cleaning, I will make sure it's cleaned. But these old grudges, these old ways, that holding on to those things, my friend, that is the way of the Welwala. You best be careful.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
You're
I got
right.
one bold idea that I want to fill. after this be done, because you know we take care of it. That's what we do. This crew, even if you hear of us, you know that that's true. We want a billboard in the center area afterwards, where people know they can come to us for job.
He kind of laughs. He says, "The services a crew like you provide are not ones you would best openly advertise. I will ensure, though, to pass your information to any of my colleagues that might need such work."
But I like the billboard idea, you know? I want to be up on there. I want to be big like that. And my friend Onyx here, he an artist. It'd be good for him. It'd be good for Myrtle.
Hey, what maybe we just have a
here.
nice billboard that shows that we are in an art and we're kind of an art collective.
Or space tour. Maybe
Yeah,
we get space
yeah.
tours.
Space tours, and we've got art, we've got fine goods, and look at our crew. We're amazing. We
Most
can make
might-
a billboard.
He says, "Most of my friends that would hire you would pay extra for extensive discretion. But I appreciate your entrepreneurship. I will ensure that you get advertising space on the station."
Okay. That sounds good. We
That
still take
works.
photos.
It's not like a billboard. It's more like you'll be in a cycle of like
Yeah.
images that pop up. You know.
Maybe a statue of Jackrabbit somewhere in the.
Oh, yeah. That'd
Yeah.
be good
Yeah,
too.
that'd be great.
And I mean, if I need like an underling or help, maybe I get Cretan. He'd be like, I mean, I treat him, as my guy, my under guy.
We're like
Miss-
4 drinks in right now. That's why we're talking about this. It's like the whiskey's like going.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, brother.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
send a silly message to Samila, and with a picture of Jackrabbit, and just like, can you do something really pretty with this kind of in candy,
Okay.
and kind of put it out there, and I get a quick response was like, what?
Okay. And he asks, yes, these are things I can make happen. And these, I have a question. How much information about the whole pursuit of these guys through Pope Sanchez do you want to give them? Is there anything you want to leave out? Is my question, I guess.
I just want to leave. Just his name is all he gets.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want
He works with that, and he trusts you on it. I'll look into it and see what I can do. He says, well, it's been a long trip. It's been a long time since you've been on the station. Please go to your quarters, enjoy them. But if you could start tomorrow looking into this mess for me of these bombings, this would be the beginning of our contract.
Sounds fair. I don't need your quarters. I'm going to go see my wife. And take
I take
anybody
the
with me that
quarters.
wants to go.
Yeah. We go together.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the accommodations. I'm sure that everybody doesn't want to just hang out with us old married people the whole time. So it'd be nice for everybody to have their own space too. So thank you. I appreciate it.
And if you need anything, let me or my people know, and we will make sure it happens for you. Please, I have his data term starts chiming. I have to go take this, but please see yourselves out, and thank you so much. And he starts like getting on the call.
We're gonna need some clues and stuff to get this mission started too.
Yeah.
All right.
People.
So you guys retire out to your quarters. The quarters he provides you are pretty nice. It's not like the highest end hotel on the place, but it's respectable. You have your own rooms. Myrtle certainly has her place, which is pretty much like one giant room. It's pretty decent. You guys can all like bunk in there. I mean, sleep on the ship's worse, to be honest. You can always go sleep back on the ship too. That's always an option. But whatever you want to do is up to you. It looks like the way that this you guys kind of read through the contract, and basically it's just that you need to make like progress daily on it. It isn't that you have to solve it in a certain amount of time, but there's definitely an interest in you blending in and being part of the series culture and people without they start, like why they're not asking you to start kicking the door places and shaking people down. They want you to integrate more and also kind of put on a face, if you will. Yeah. Not as a show, but a face of showing that there's a unison here. That's been the big kind of theme that he's And that's actually kind of explained in a very legalized terms in Dawes' contract.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, we can infiltrate better too.
So you retire for the evening, and I think we're going to end there actually for the session, and
Nice.
we'll pick it next time. You guys kind of figuring out what to do here on Sirius Station, figuring out your approaches,
Yeah, that's
have kind of a strategical meeting, over breakfast or whatever it is, and head from there. Everybody, thank you for those that tuned in. I'm going to go ahead and pull the winner of the giveaway. Thank you everybody that entered. Once again, if you want to enter real quick, type in OPA into the chat and you will be entered to win. We're back again next week on the 15th. I got more giveaways coming up too, so please watch for those on our, actually next week I think it might be the vinyl record actually. I have the Expanse collector's record edition set up, which is really cool because you can hear the Belter cover of Highway Star by Deep Purple. Which is completely out of control.
I need to get that.
It's so out of control, man. I'll probably get you a copy, man. I'll probably hook you up. But last chance to type in OPA, but we'll be back that week, and then we have another week after that, and then on the 29th, we have Adam Bradford's coming here. He had to reschedule. The churn got to him, and his ducks on his house was actually explained it on Twitter. He was very open about the ducks on his house, like the DUCT. Not like
UCKs.
Yeah, I was thinking
very
that.
different
Wow.
situation. Yeah, so it turns out his house is actually just literally it's a houseboat floating on the back of a bunch of ducks.
Yeah.
And they all quit simultaneously. And so, no, there was some something in the ducks and everything like that too. So, but please come on in and check it out there. Thank you everybody for watching. Let me go and pull the name real quick, and here we go. And tonight's winner is Arcady Bashan. So, Arcady Bashan, I will message you. And I will get you the information to pick up get this cool little OPA Navy badge sent to you. It's a very nice badge, actually. This is big. Like it's like 5 inches long. Like it's pretty good size. And I looked it up. This is, if you want to know the rank, this is a commander badge.
Ooh.
You know the ranks of this stuff, which is
Nice.
that. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Look forward to next week.
See you guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.